Navigating the corporate ladder can be challenging, especially when you find yourself having to deal with a narcissistic boss. After all, workplace dynamics can make or break your job satisfaction, and a key player in your daily experience is undoubtedly your boss. So when a boss is self-centered, overly demanding, and lacks empathy, it inevitably creates a toxic environment that hampers employee morale and productivity. Understanding how to manage this dynamic is crucial for maintaining your sanity and advancing your career. A narcissistic boss exhibits distinct characteristics and behaviors that can have a significant impact on the work environment. By recognizing these traits early on, you can navigate the relationship strategically. A narcissistic boss constantly seeks validation and admiration from others. They crave attention and will go to great lengths to receive praise for their achievements, even if it means taking credit for others' work. A narcissistic boss is indifferent to the feelings and concerns of their employees, prioritizing their own needs and agenda above all else. This can create a toxic work environment where employees feel undervalued and unsupported. Narcissistic bosses are extremely entitled. They believe they deserve special treatment and privileges, often expecting others to cater to their needs and desires without question. Manipulation is a common tactic used by narcissistic bosses to maintain control and power. They often employ subtle manipulation techniques such as gaslighting, where they distort reality to make their employees doubt their own perceptions and abilities. Narcissistic bosses will never take responsibility for their mistakes or shortcomings. They will try to deflect blame onto others and refuse to acknowledge their own errors, creating a culture of scapegoating and finger-pointing. Narcissistic bosses have no respect whatsoever for boundaries. They will invade your personal space, pry into personal matters, or even exploit their employees for personal gain. Narcissistic bosses have an overwhelming desire for control and often micromanage their employees. They want to be involved in every aspect of their team's work, making it challenging for employees to exercise autonomy and creativity. When dealing with a narcissistic boss, it's essential to develop coping strategies that protect your professional interests and mental well-being. By maintaining a strong sense of self and a clear-eyed view of your boss's behavior, you can navigate this challenging situation with greater confidence and effectiveness. Establishing clear personal boundaries is crucial when you have to deal with a narcissistic boss. Ensure that these lines are drawn respectfully and professionally to protect your time and mental health. Be assertive about your limits. Communicate what is and isn't acceptable in how they speak to and treat you. Learn to say no when requests go beyond professional expectations or your capacity. By setting these boundaries, you create a buffer that can reduce the emotional impact of a narcissistic boss's actions and maintain a healthier work environment for yourself. Keep your interactions focused on work-related matters to avoid unnecessary engagement. Resist the urge to share personal information that could be used manipulatively against you in the future. Seeking support from colleagues can be an invaluable strategy when dealing with a narcissistic boss. A solid support system in the workplace can provide you with advice, understanding, and a collective means to address issues. Find allies. Look for colleagues who understand what you're going through because they likely experience it too. Form a coalition. A group approach can sometimes be more effective in addressing problems. Share strategies. Exchange coping mechanisms and support one another when facing challenges. Validate experiences. Sometimes, just knowing you're not alone in your experiences can be affirming and reduce stress. Approach HR or leadership. In severe cases, it may be necessary to escalate the problem to human resources or higher management. Doing so as a group may add weight to the concerns raised. Remember, the goal of seeking support is not to disparage your boss but to find effective ways to work within the existing structure and maintain your well-being. Active listening is a vital communication skill, particularly in interactions with a narcissistic boss. It involves paying close attention to what is being said, and more importantly, how it's being said. By practicing active listening, you can often appease a narcissistic individual and navigate conversations more tactfully. Here are steps to enhance your active listening. Maintain eye contact. show that you are engaged and interested in what they have to say. Nod and acknowledge. Give small nods and verbal affirmations like, "I see," or "understood," to convey attentiveness. Paraphrase and summarize. Repeat back what your boss says in your own words to confirm your understanding. Ask clarifying questions. Inquire further when necessary to dig deeper into your boss's point of view. Control your reactions. Keep your emotions in check. Do not let your narcissistic boss provoke you into doing or saying something you might regret later. Provide feedback when appropriate. If you sense an opening for a constructive response, do so respectfully. Assert your expertise. Politely but confidently present your knowledge and skills when discussing projects, making it clear what you can deliver. Negotiate priorities. If your boss is piling on work, ask them to help prioritize tasks to ensure critical goals are met without sacrificing quality. When the dynamic with a narcissistic boss hinders your job satisfaction and growth, seeking a different role within the same company can offer a fresh start while preserving the valuable experience and relationships you've developed. If a change within the company isn't feasible, begin exploring external opportunities where your skills and well-being will be valued. By expanding your search beyond your current company, you open up new opportunities for personal and professional growth while escaping a toxic work environment. Remember to keep an open mind and be patient in your job search process. With persistence and a positive attitude, you can find a role that fulfills both your needs and aspirations. Your mental health and professional development are paramount. Having to deal with a narcissistic boss is undeniably tough, but armed with the right strategies, you can navigate through the difficulty. Working under a narcissistic boss, while challenging, can serve as an unexpected catalyst for personal growth and the development of professional resilience. The experience can teach valuable lessons in setting boundaries, honing negotiation skills, and maintaining emotional intelligence under pressure. For more information about narcissists and narcissistic abuse, visit www.carlacorelli.com.